I finally made it, viewers. I finally made it onto this luxurious list of favourite personnel, icons and legends. I'm on it, boys. I'm on it. I'm alongside such legends as Kaká, Van Basten, Paolo Maldini, Franco Baresi, Andrea Belotti. I mean, Belotti's been here 2 years and I've been here about 4, and he's already in there. I mean, Belotti has scored a lot of goals, fair enough, but I want to be in that legend sort of column. We're nowhere near it yet. Hopefully, if we win, the Super Cup that we've got coming up in a few episodes' time, so look out for that. The suit will be worn, or the Champions League, or I should say, and the Champions League, we'll probably be in there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, viewers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 35 of the AC Milan Awake the Sleeping Giant series. And speaking of the Champions League, I said in the last episode that we were doing really, really well in the Champions League and poor in the league, and that is still sort of continuing. We've actually improved in the league, and that has resulted in us being higher in the table. However, we have officially qualified into the next round of the Champions League alongside Atletico Madrid. Shakhtar and Basel not making it, unfortunately, so commiserations to them. Unlucky. I think the best way to celebrate this would be doing this. I mean, it's the wrong way. That's gone well. That's to you, Shakhtar and Basel. Am I a fantastic winner? I'll let you judge. But regardless, that does mean, as I said, we are into the next round, which I don't think it's actually been the draw hasn't been made yet. We have still got a game against Atletico Madrid, which would be nice to win. We are still currently unbeaten in our group, so if we can do that, complete that sort of quest or mission. I mean, it's not a role-playing game, ladies and gentlemen. It's Football Manager. What's a quest? If we can complete that task of staying unbeaten and getting top of the table, that does mean our next round will be a lot easier. Now, in terms of the results, obviously, in the last episode was the fantastic win, 4-0 away from home victory against Shakhtar, and since then, we have very, very much had an upturn in form, obviously struggling initially at the start of the year, which did put a little bit of grains of concern and doubt in my mind, and potentially your minds as well, but since then, we have gone on an unbelievable run, only losing one game in 7 games, 7 games. Only losing 1 game in 7 and only drawing 1 as well. So a very, very good turn of results. I haven't really changed anything. I think it was a matter of we just needed to wait for the boys to start playing well. Obviously, we didn't have everyone firing on all cylinders. Belotti, Lacazette, players weren't really gelling. Defensively, we were good, but we just weren't scoring goals. And thankfully, that has been fixed. And there's another big scoring game, which I'm sure you can see. I'll let you guess who that's against. No, but as I said, the first game that we did play since last episode was against Benevento at home, beating them 3-0. And as you can see from the stats, very, very dominant performance. Marcus Antonio, who I didn't realise was playing against his former side in the last episode, obviously Shakhtar, getting themselves on the goal. Milankovic and Belotti getting themselves a goal. And I think it was Milankovic's first goal of the year as well. Against a very, very poor Benevento side. Didn't really cause us much issues, if I'm honest. Honestly, David Neres not having a great time in this game, but everyone else getting above a 7.0 rating, except Belotti on the 7.0. But a very, very good performance from the boys, and Wijnaldum has very much been a mainstay at the moment in our side. He's making it really difficult to drop Wijnaldum at the moment. 5 assists in 9 from the former Liverpool man, and he is giving me all sorts of headaches with obviously the very, very strong midfield that we do possess, and that is going to have to be we are going to have to keep an eye on that, because if Wijnaldum keeps playing the way he is, there is nowhere I can drop him, and coming at 33 he is going to decline, but hopefully continue delivering the goods like Deliveroo. Wijnaldum Winneroo, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. Coming off that victory was a 3-2 defeat away from home against Udinese. Udinese, obviously a decent side in this division. However, despite the fact that we had the more shots and the more possession, Udinese were the much more clinical side. We did miss a penalty in the 75th minute, courtesy of Belotti, and to be honest, you would have thought Belotti, you put your house on Belotti scoring, really, wouldn't you? Thankfully, he has scored a lot more goals since then, and I do want to show you this goal, viewers, actually, from the Wang. I don't know what's happened to him, but the Wang is a man possessed at the moment. He's turning in good performances. Maybe he needed a kick. Maybe he needed a kick up the arse. Maybe that is what he needed. But let's have a look at this goal, because this was unbelievable. Right, viewers, this is the goal. This is a very well-worked goal. I never normally show specific goals, but I feel like he deserves a little bit of praise for this unbelievable finish that he does. As you can see, David Neres cutting inside, pass it to Marcus Antonio. Wijnaldum, lovely ball over to the Wang, and the Wang just releases. He just releases an absolute thunder shot into the top corner, giving Gasparini no chance, who did get a 6.5 rating in the end. But regardless of the Wang's goal, unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get us a draw, and definitely wasn't enough to get us a win. Obviously, if Belotti had scored that penalty, we would have hopefully got a point, but unfortunately, it was not to be. The next game was at home tie against Empoli, where thankfully David Neres was able to get himself on the score sheet, and that expected goals graph shows a lot of how dominant this performance was. Like, Empoli just weren't there. They had 2 shots on target. We had 11, 1.22 expected goals compared to their 0.7. A very, very dominant performance. And these are the sort of performances that we need to churn out at the moment, because we can't afford to be losing too many games. Obviously, we're still in 4th in the Premier League. We're not in the Premier League. 4th in Serie A. So we are still way behind where we deserve to be, hopefully retaining the title at the end of this year. However, unless we can start winning, well, we are doing what we need to. We're winning games, but obviously that early season difficulties have really come back to haunt us at the moment. But churning results at these out where potentially they're going to sit back and defend against us, but David Neres and Lacazette managing to get themselves on the score sheet to make sure that did not happen. The next game was a 1-1 draw against Shakhtar in the Champions League, where we did draw 1-1. Belotti and Vital getting themselves on the score sheet. Very even game, weirdly enough. Shakhtar definitely had the chances to score. So did we. Obviously, each team not getting a lot of shots on target, but the shots that they did get on target, both teams probably deserved to score. However, no team was really clinical. Obviously, Belotti scoring for us and Vital scoring for them. Vital, is he any good? He's a defender, right? Well, I think that came through a set piece, actually. So, yes, Vital. Is he a centre-back? I'm assuming he's a centre-back. He is a centre-back. They're playing the arrow formation. Of course they are. But as you can see from the expected goal graph, very, very even game. But I think this did actually make us... No, it didn't make us qualify, sorry. I think this did put us in second, and we only needed one more win, which was the performance I'm sure you've all spotted we will go into. So we only needed a win after this game and to qualify for the next round, and it was very much in our hands. Into the final 3 games, 2 of which are in the league. The first game was against Fiorentina, away from home, a 2-1 victory. Belotti, as I said, scoring the goals, thankfully. It's nice to see scoring the goals. Getting a goal in the 35th minute and then sealing the victory in the 84th minute. But Marcus Antonio did get himself injured, and he did have a hamstring strain. As you can see from Marcus Antonio, he's had an okay start to the year. 2 goals, 2 assists, but it's not just the goals and the assists that he's been doing well. He's been controlling the game. He's been a real sort of mainstay in my side. Obviously missing all of last year due to my incompetence. But him and Wijnaldum and Luis are forming quite the partnership in that midfield that is very much hard to... It's quite difficult to remove at the moment. Fiorentina did once again have the chance in this game. We were arguably the worst side. However, for once, we were the clinical side, unlike many other games. But Pedro did put them 1-0 ahead. Is that the Pedro? It's not. Pedro did put them 1-0 ahead quite early on. Thankfully, Belotti was able to get a goal 11 minutes afterwards. And as I said, Belotti sealing the victory in the 84th minute. And then the final game in the league was a 2-0 win against Atalanta. Obviously, Atalanta is a very, very difficult side to come against. Obviously, finishing 3rd, 7th and 8th, respectively, in the past 3 years. We have been at Milan. And yeah, 2-0 victory. Belotti got a very, very early goal. I think this was in the first 30 seconds of the game starting. So immediately Belotti was just like, you know what? I want to win this game, so I'm just going to skim everyone and just slot it into the corner. And we were 1-0 up. And then we got a second goal in the 21st minute, courtesy of David Neres. There was a lot of yellow cards in this game. I think this is a derby, right? I think this is a derby against Atalanta. I mean, if you're a Milan fan, I potentially just offended all of you by not knowing this. It's the Lombardo derby, so no wonder you like to see that sort of thing. Obviously, I'd never want players to get injured, but you always like a bit of fieriness. You like to see a bit of, horribleness going on in a game because it all adds to the rivalry. You know what I mean? It all adds to the rivalry. And there was plenty of that. There's 8 yellow cards in a game. Blimey, I don't know if that's the standard for games nowadays, but that is a lot of yellow cards. The final game since you were gone was the 7-0 victory. Yeah, you heard that right, and you are seeing it right. Don't worry, you don't need to wipe your screen. You don't need to wipe. I mean, I'll do it for you. Hold on. There you go. Is that better? That might be better. Right. Yeah, you can see it correctly. 7-0 against Basel. We needed a win against Basel or Basel. Basel Brush, we're going to call them. Basel Brush, 7-0. We needed a win against these lot. Otherwise, we would be struggling to get qualified, and boy did we win, and we won with some conviction. I think no, there was a lot of different scorers: Benacer, Grimaldo, Milankovic, Florentino, Luis Belossi, Antonio Benacer. So there was a lot of different scorers, and considering it's a 7-0, the right hand side really struggled. Wang and David Neres really struggling. I don't know why, considering everyone else got a really good match rating, but yeah, 7-0. They had no shots on target, so they got absolutely destroyed. And what a way to see off our Champions League group qualification with a dominant 7-0 performance. And of course, going into today's game against Parma, obviously Parma have had a pretty difficult past 7 years, I'm going to say 6-7 years. Obviously they got they went all the way down to Serie D, and they've been able to get themselves all the way back up into the big time, and they've been sort of a bit of a mainstay in the league so far. They haven't really been of any risk of relegation other than the first season, you'd say, but since then they've been pretty mid-table, and a victory, and they are actually flying in the league at the moment. They're 6th currently, so they are actually challenging us for Europe and potentially the title. And blimey, after them results, we are in a bit of trouble. Inter are unbeaten so far, blimey. So, yeah, Inter are the team to beat. Us and Juventus are really struggling this year. We're sat 3rd and 4th respectively, and Lazio and Parma, as I said, the team we're playing today, are on our tail. So we do need to get a win. Thankfully, I think we are at home, right? Are we at home? No, we're away. Fantastic. Well, you can't see it, but Napoli in the relegation zone. Alex, move your cam. Yeah, you moron. It's almost like magic, viewers. It's almost like magic. It just happens. As you can see, Napoli are in the relegation zone. Have they still got Koulibaly? They haven't. Wow. So their big defender, Koulibaly, has gone. He's gone to top. Wait, what? They bought him for 400k. Right, what? They bought Koulibaly for 400k. How much is he worth? He's worth 3.5 million. Right. Well, I'm getting him in the summer. Is he available? He is. We are going to get Koulibaly in the summer because he looks unbelievable. As if they got rid of him. But regardless, they are struggling at the moment, and they've still got a pretty decent side. And it'll be interesting to see if they do get relegated. And obviously, Torino, Belotti's former side, also in the relegation zone. So, they might want to get some revenge on us. But yeah, going into today's game, it's going to be a difficult game away from home against a Parma side. Obviously, you'd probably say performing above expectations at the moment. However, we are well performing. Holy maca-bloody Roni! Right. We're in trouble, viewers. We are in big trouble. We need an ambulance. Anyone? Right, I need the ambulance. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hold on. I need to actually... No. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, I need an ambulance. Oh, what's that in the background? Oh, they're here already. Right. You can't do anything? Brilliant. Well, it looks like we're going to have to change the players. I mean, that's going to be a nightmare to edit. This is very much a makeshift side. We've got our right winger and right back, our attacking right winger at right back. We've got a midfielder and right wing, and we've got our left back at left wing, and we've got Pellegrini back. Sorry. So... yeah, it's going to be... this has just got a whole lot more difficult, I feel like. And it has got a lot more difficult. This is going to be a very, very tough game, and I'm not looking forward to it. However, you'd probably say with the strength in our side, we should still be winning this game. But this has just got a whole lot more difficult, and I am slightly concerned that this could be a very much a hot... away from home... oh, blimey. Right, anyone here? No, don't recognise them. Yeah, definitely don't recognise any of them. Right, well, let's get into the dressing room. I mean, the half of my players are in positions they've never played before, or haven't played for me. not played in that position for me. And they are playing 5 at the back, again, with a very narrow formation. So I'm hoping this will potentially allow us to take advantage of that with Castrovilli and Grimaldo. Having a midfielder in right wing, though, not ideal, viewers, if I'm honest. Very early chance, and it's a set piece, but however, Florentino does the Florentino things and just takes it off, and it's a poor ball from Wijnaldum. However, Palmer, very much direct football there. Castrovilli on the right-hand side. Obviously, Castrovilli with decent passing, and he gets a good, whoever that was, got an absolutely fantastic tackle on Castrovilli, and it's a very much a sloppy game at the moment. Each team seems to be giving the ball away. Grimaldo! He's offside. Why is he not a striker? Grimaldo should be a winger from now on, because with finishes like that, he's a fantastic... I mean, if Grimaldo somehow gets a hat-trick here, I'll do 50 press-ups. I don't know why 50 press-ups, but I just thought on the grand scheme of things, that's what came to my head immediately. Any better? I feel like I need forfeits, don't I? I need forfeits for if I concede a load of goals. I mean, I'll let you think about them. If you've got any, put them in the comments. 25 minutes gone and nothing has happened as of yet other than the Grimaldo own goal. Both teams are struggling to create chances, which is testament to both defences and midfield. Tekatito on the right hand side. Can he get the ball in? Can we get the goal? Sepe with an easy collection there of the ball, and I am worried that they are going to be very, very direct. And if they've got a target man up top, which I feel like they might have, however, Ibanez gets a lovely header on the ball. Benacer on the ball, midfield dynamo. Pellegrini back in the side after a long-term injury. Can he put his stamp on the first team? Obviously getting him on a free, and he could get himself an assist. He doesn't. Grimaldo. The two fullbacks forming. Belotti. And it's a very, very good chance to put ourselves 1-0 up. However, it's defended well by Palmer. However, the two left-backs forming very, very well there. And going into half-time, nothing has happened. I feel like we need to go at them a little bit more. Obviously, Palmer is still a decent side, so we don't want to overcommit too much. However, I feel like going attacking could be the way to go. And Wijnaldum's struggling a little bit, so I am going to swap these two round. Get Marcus Antonio on the ball a little bit. We're going to bring a Gier on for... Actually, we're not going to do that. The problem is that Corona, having him on the right back position is not brilliant, if I'm honest. Corona's just turned 30, so, he's getting old in terms of footballing terms. Now, going into the second half, I'm not sure if I want to change anything. Blimey, this game is going thick and fast. 70 minutes gone, and we need to change something here. And I'm thinking potentially some fresh legs on the right side. Bring Tistafeli on, and we'll change Luis. Ooh, yeah. What we'll do, we'll bring Mark. Oh, no, we can't. Damn. We've got a defensive-minded midfielder next to Marcus Antonio. I would like Marcus Antonio to be a little bit more... He's going to drift out wide, Marcus Antonio, which I'm not a fan of. Box to box. We'll ask Belotti to be an advanced forward, and we'll ask Benacer to be an attacking playmaker. And we will try and go a little bit wider, try and stretch the play a little bit, see if we can get some of our midfielders on the ball, which ultimately our midfield is going to be better than theirs, I feel like. And if we can get ourselves a very quick goal before full time, right, nothing's happening. Fantastic. Ager, I can't overcommit. How tall is Caputo here? How tall is he? Because is he tall? He's 5'11". Right, brilliant. Do we go a bit more direct? I feel like directness might be the way to go, and we just try and go for this a little bit. Because I don't want to draw this realistically, because this is a game that could come back to haunt us in the near future, and it's going, right, well, that's a very anticlimactic, isn't it? Fantastic. That is a very, very poor result, I feel like. Don't get me wrong, a point's nice, however, you'd feel like we're probably the better team overall, and that is, I mean, both teams defended pretty well, and I mean, that does keep up, that's actually lays us up to third. Obviously, Juventus do have a game in hand against Sampdoria, so they could potentially go as high as, actually, they could overtake Sampdoria. Oh, wow, Sampdoria in second, blimey. Right, so top of the table clash between Juventus and Sampdoria, and Inter could have a little bit of a, they could get themselves away from the pack here if they continue winning. Now, where do we want to come back for? I feel like it's only right we come back for the Inter game. I feel like it's only right. And then we've got the Super Cup final straight afterwards as well against Lazio. So the suit will be out, gentlemen. So the Inter game and then the Lazio game straight after. So yeah, we're going to play the Inter game. Obviously, you will know if I've topped the league in the Champions League by then. So yeah, it's an interesting few episodes. And obviously, I would like to get to episode 40 because it's a nice round number to get to on a series like this. So, long-term save coming soon. So, keep an eye on my Twitter. Right, I should say this when I'm full screen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Very much appreciated, as always. I hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously, Twitter and Twitch, it's all here. Make sure you can give me a follow. Join my Discord. We play games. We have gaming night, sort of. F1, COD, PES. Not PES. FIFA, definitely not FIFA. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave some feedback. If you enjoyed the content, subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you next episode. Take care of yourselves. Good morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're in the world. And I'll see you next episode. Goodbye.